God of War Ragnarok actually came with my PlayStation 5. I bought the disced version of PlayStation 5 and received with it a download code version of God of War Ragnarok. Thank you, Sony. That makes so much perfect sense, you cheap wankers. Apart from that, however, though, I have recently just been munching through it. I am nowhere near completing it because I'm aware that it's quite a lengthy game. I absolutely loved God of War, the remake back in 2018, and played the crap out of that. And God of War Ragnarok is, again, a very awesome game, and graphically, you know, very, very good. Very, very good. Although this footage was captured using the graphics mode, not the performance mode, but now I play it on the performance mode because I don't know why, nearly a year after its release, the frame rates are dropping like a mofo in certain areas and was starting to make me feel a little sick. So I decided to put it on performance mode. But it still does look good. Now, the purposes of this video, it's not a review on the game, because like I said, I have not completed it and I don't really do reviews anymore. But it's just basically to just maybe see if there are people out there who are of a like mind. I have an Xbox, I have Series X, I have PC, I have Switch, I have PlayStation. I'm not biased to any specific console, okay? I have them all. This is no hatred. But I do feel a little bit of... is monotony the right word with God of War Ragnarok? Because it is so similar to the first game that it just kind of feels like a DLC extension. Now, if you are a hardcore fan of the franchise and this game was your bread and butter and your jam and jelly, then cool, I'm happy for you. I'm still going to play it, I am liking it. But it's not something I don't think I could sit down and play it all day every day for like a whole week and smash it out, you know, because it just feels like I've done it before. It feels just like the first one, you know? And although, yes, like Kratos is awesome, Atreyu is awesome, and Mimir is awesome, I do think Odin looks a bit stupid. Thor looks badass. I gotta admit that. Thor is, you know, he looks awesome. But Odin is just a little weedy old man, which is bizarre to me. That it should have made him look menacing and awesome too. But there was obviously a reason why they went with that design choice, and maybe I'll find out by the time I get to the end of the game. Who knows? Now, as far as I'm aware, that there's going to be no more... There's not going to be a third God of War to this rebooted franchise. This is the last one, to my knowledge. But I do think also having it released on PlayStation 4 limited it in some ways, because although the PS4 version in 2018 did look really good of the first game, this game does look good, but I don't think it looks quite as good as it could have, if you know what I mean. I'm not disliking the game, and they seem to have put a lot more side content into it, which is pretty cool, and I do like going around and finding all the massive chests and doing all the little side stuff. I do like those kind of things. But again, it's exactly the same as the first one, where you get into the boat and then Mimir and Atreyu would talk about stories and stuff, and you'll go on the boat and row to different specific shore points to then go off and do the little side content, which could also utilize you having to use your axe to solve a puzzle. Again, not a bad thing, but something that was just done completely in the first one. I know a lot of games out there have sequels that are exactly the same as the first one, and that's cool and all. I think if God of War Ragnarok didn't take so long to come out, I think it would have been... I don't think I'd have felt like I've treading over too much old ground, because of course I did play God of War back in 2018, so if this game would have come out in 2020, I think I would have been a bit more on board. But obviously as the years gone by and time's gone on, I did pick up God of War on the PC before I picked up PS5, and I did start playing it on there, and I will complete it on PC as well. I'm having fun. And this also goes with my concerns with Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2, as of recording this, is on the horizon. I'm not going to pick it up at launch because I have got a sneaking suspicion that it might be the same situation as with this game, as with God of War Ragnarok, where Spider-Man 2, from the game footage I've seen, still looks really good. I'm a massive fan of the first Spider-Man game, and Spider-Man is my favourite superhero, and Spider-Man for PS4, PS5 and PC, is my favourite superhero game. But Spider-Man 2 looks very similar to the first one, even in the animations I've noticed as well. And it doesn't mean that that's a bad thing, of course not. However, it does mean that I'm in no mad rush to pick it up. I'm going to wait for reviews, I'm going to wait for the price to come down, and you know, although I have a YouTube channel and I'm a YouTube partner, I don't get review copies of games as of yet. So I have to spend money on them just like everybody else. So I'm going to wait, but please let me know in the comments down below if you feel the same. It doesn't have to be just about this game or a Sony game, it could be about Xbox games. It could be about anything, really. You know, any game from any console, any franchise. If you feel that certain things are just not the same. Like, take for example, The Witcher 3 is one of my favourite games of all time. However, The Witcher 1 and 2 are not. They're not even in my top 20 favourite games of all time. And the game franchise evolved over all 3 games. It wasn't the same kind of thing. However, then you also have the Tomb Raider games, where Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 pretty much follow the same thing. They just add a little bit differences here and there. But I don't know. It's probably just me being an old man. But let me know in the comments down below, and thank you very much for watching.